Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Happy BREWSHACK Fun Time Show. I've got some stuff laid out. You know what we're going to do today? We're going to brew, because that's what we do. We brew. So, anyway, I've already heated up my mash water. It's here in the tune. I got my grains out. I got my calcium chloride ready to lower the mash. We're going to be brewing a little bit of a darker beer today. I love farmhouse style ales, northern Belgium, southern Belgium, northern France. Geography. But I like dark beers too, so I like to kind of combine the two worlds. So we're going to be doing a black farmhouse ale, very similar to the one that Duke and I brewed last year during fresh hop season. He actually just did one. This is my pilot system. We've got some lovely Pacific Northwest weather today, which means it's overcast and could downpour at any time. And it's like 55 degrees outside. So test the recipes in here on the pilot batch. And then if I like it, I'll take it outside and we can brew it on the big 12-gallon system. So we've got some Northwest 2-row. Black patent malt. We've got some roast malt, Munich, Vienna, and crystal malt. And we're going to go ahead and throw some rolled oats in just to help the body. So here we are. Do a little bit of that. I don't want any dough balls in here. So I'm going to go ahead and give this guy. So, all grain I like doing because you have a lot more control over your actual grain bill, what goes in it, all that good stuff. So this is rolled oats, flaked, just like oatmeal. So it's going to give us some body to that beer. Everyone likes a good body. But what you want to do is hold the mash at a constant temperature for 45 minutes to an hour, depending on what you're brewing. And what the mash does is it takes all of the starches from the grains that we had milled and put in here, and it converts them into fermentable sugars. Once that conversion happens, we put it into the boil kettle, and that's when we're actually going to boil what we call wort, W-O-R-T, and that's unfermented beer. So essentially what your boil does is it extracts all the acids from the hops to give you that bitterness and flavor and aroma. And also what it does is it sterilizes it. So we're at about 150, which is on the low side. So what I always do if I'm on the low side, grab my kettle, put a little hot water in here, get up to temperature. But anyway, this is pretty boring. You don't want to sit here and listen to me ramble for an hour. So I'm going to get that mash temperature up. Get this lid on right. Oh, I can explain to you. No, I'll do it when I come back. All right, quick commercial. We'll be right back. Oh, you're back. Sorry. I hope you enjoyed the commercial, and I hope that I remembered to put one in. If not, it never happened. Okay, so I was going to tell you a couple of the rules of Brew Day. First rule, for me at least, here at Before Noon, is you have to listen to at least one Uncle Tupelo album, one Lucero album, and now I'm kind of like, I'll add the Sadies in too. If you've not heard of those bands, also, this is my brew hat. I've worn this every single time I've brewed beer since I purchased this hat in Nashville, Tennessee, with one of my very good friends, Mr. Brett Williams. Brett, may your hat rest in peace. Okay, but what's a BREWSHACK show without a beer review? And look, my mother-in-law from upstate New York was very kind to send the newest beer, or one of the newest beers, from Schmaltz Brewing up in New York, Hebrew Brew. What's nice about these guys is they're 100% kosher. It's really cool. They were a contract brewer, started in 1996, but they actually opened up their very own brewery in Clifton Park, New York, 2013. Facts. So they named this beer Death of a Contract Brewer, which is pretty funny. I'm not sure where they actually brewed out of. I'll have to look that up. Probably should have been a little more prepared. But anyway, we're going to sit Shiva here with some schmaltz. I'm not Jewish, and I apologize. No, I don't. So, it's a black IPA. I typically like to drink whatever sort of similar style, whatever I'm brewing that day. So, black IPA, it's got 7 different malts, which is really cool. 7 is apparently an important number. Okay. That was probably really disrespectful. Anyway, I'm more disrespectful than I normally am. But I don't apologize, and you all love me for it. I have no shame. Did you guys see my shirt? Firefly. Big aroma. Nice hot flavor. Flavor. You can't smell flavor. You can't touch a feeling. So, black IPA, New York style. So, that's what they would call it, a black IPA for all you West Coasters. It's really good. Smoky. I'm not sure if they had... There's plenty of roasted malt in here. Really good. It's bitter. It's not like the West Coast IPAs that come out and they're so big on the back end where it's tons of aroma and lots of that hot flavor. This is more towards the back. It's pretty bitter. A lot of it has to do with the grain. I think there's coffee in here too, actually. It's a really good beer from them. Their rye IPA is really good. The hot manna that they brew is really, really good. Yeah, I got to give it up to my mother-in-law for sending me this. Thank you, Susan, if you're watching. Harold, keep it real. So anyway, Mazel Tov. Let's drink it up. This is in the mash. I got it all corrected. I'm going to sit here and enjoy this while the mash does its thing. I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, cheers for that. Very good beer. Very good. Send me some. Send me some beer to review. All you brewers, you know you need the exposure, and I'm the man to give it to you, whether you like it or not. That's how Chad rolls. Whether you like it or not. Be right back after these short commercial breaks. God, now I gotta think of commercials. I hope you enjoyed whatever I threw in at the last moment to fill that gap between the cuts, or if I didn't. So as you can see, we are now at a boil here in our boil pot. I have 1 ounce of Bravo hops all measured out. They're going to be our bittering hops, so this just came to a boil. So let's go ahead and throw these bad boys in here. A big nug of hops. Those are fresh hops. I use pellet hops from time to time, but I get a pretty good deal on bulk. Big hops and oh, I do love fresh hops. So these are big whole leaf hops, and really they do their thing. I'm gonna go ahead and set my timer. 45 minutes. That's when I gotta do stuff. But now it's time to eat a little bit, and I thought I would share this. Customer woman is amazing. My wife, Jamie, was born in Seoul, South Korea, and she was adopted by a lovely family in upstate New York who gave me this beer. But she makes the most amazing food, and this is tonkatsu. It's fried pork cutlets over rice with onion, and it's amazing. It's like my southern roots in, like chicken fried steak, things like that, meets the the Japanese style, but it's just amazing. But just pork cutlet, oh god, just fried perfectly. And with rice, amazing. That's my lunch. I usually forget to eat when I'm brewing because I'm so into it, but gotta eat. All right. pipette refractometer. So what we can do is, this is a little bit of the wort that I transferred that didn't make it into the boil pot. It's kind of small. Like I said, this is only a 20 quart pot, or it's 5 gallons. So I brew 3 gallon pilot batches, but because we lose a lot of volume during the boil, I start off about 4 gallons and I end up with about 3 after the evaporation. But what I want to do right now is I want to test the gravity of my beer. And this refractometer is a very helpful tool. I use a hydrometer, which is it's like a buoyancy that measures the buoyancy of the sugar, but this is actually a pretty good gauge of what our beer is going to be like. So this is pre-boil, obviously, and we're at about 16% bricks. I'll do some conversions, and I'll probably put a little thing at the bottom, some kind of text that says what the beer will be. I don't know if the video should go on that much longer because the rest of it's pretty boring. I boil this thing, I cool it down, I throw some yeast in it, and it's done. So I went ahead and poured myself one of Before Noon's rye saisons. So I am going to finish this boil, eat my delicious meal that customer woman made, have some homebrew, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and if I know you, maybe I invite you over to the Brew Shack. Maybe you send me some beer. Maybe I plug it on the show. I don't know. But anyway, it's been fun. Oh, damn, I almost forgot. So the spent grain, so all that leftover grain that we had from this, you can actually use for a lot of things. Some people make dog treats out of them. The bigger commercial breweries, till the FDA stepped in, let's hope they don't overturn this or they don't pass this law, but what they would do is they would use all that spent grain that just essentially is waste after we use it for brewing, and they would give it to local farmers, and it was very beneficial to them because they used it for feed. It was cheap, it was very nutritious for the cattle, and plus we're not filling up, landfills with these just huge loads of grain. But what I like to do, since I'm a baker, is I take the spent grain and I make bread out of it. So look forward to that video coming up soon. My good friend Michael Rudd actually makes ice cream from spent grain, and it is fantastic. So hopefully we'll get him on the show so he can demo that for us. That would be a treat. But anyway, from me, Before Nooner, thank you guys very much for coming to the show. And please subscribe, tell your friends. I want this to blow up. Come on, it's fun. You can do this at home. Drink. Eat. Watch my show. Really? You got one chance at this life. Why not? My way, right? So anyway, I'm going to drink, I'm going to eat, I'm going to brew. Because damn it, that's what I'm good at. All right, see you guys next time. And yeah. I think that went well. Yeah, not too bad.